Hello sports fans, it is Thursday, March the 7th, the year 2013, and as usual, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now. Before we get into our State of the Union of the NBA and preview what's coming up over the weekend, let's go to some scores of note from last night. Let's start with the college basketball, where Villanova at home in Philadelphia beat number 5 Georgetown. A very impressive win for Villanova. They needed this game. They were on the bubble. With this win, Villanova is going to the tournament. Make no mistake about it. Tremendous win by Villanova last night. Their defense played so well. They contained Otto Porter. It's funny, they were down early in this game, Villanova, 9-2. And as well as Georgetown's been playing, you're like, Villanova's in trouble here. From that point on, Villanova controlled most of this game. Georgetown rallied a couple times, but Villanova controlled much of this game, and they deserved the win. Really nice win by Jay Wright's club. Jay Wright going back to the tournament. Jay Wright is a tremendous coach, does it year after year. This is not one of Villanova's better teams. They started slow, and here they are going to the big dance again. Villanova this year has beaten Syracuse, Georgetown, and Louisville when they were ranked in the top 5. How many teams can say that? Really nice job by Villanova. Also last night, Iowa State at home beat Oklahoma State. Very important win for Iowa State. They were also a bubble team. They're probably going to the tournament off this win. Oklahoma State was red hot, just like Georgetown. Nice win by Iowa State. North Carolina went into Maryland and beat the Terrapins. Bad loss for Maryland. They look like they're headed to the NIT. Couple of surprising scores from last night. Georgia Tech beat Miami down in Florida by 2 points. They hit a shot at the buzzer. Very shocking score. Georgia Tech, not a good team this year. Miami's been lights out. Miami had a chance to win the ACC regular season title last night, and Georgia Tech beats them. Very strange score there. Also, another peculiar score. Washington State, who's not a good team, at home beat UCLA. UCLA was playing good ball, had gotten into the top 25, and Washington State beats them. Very surprised by that. I know a lot of coaches say the last week of the regular season is tricky because, these teams are already in the tournament and, they're preparing for their conference championship, getting ready for the big dance. Maybe it's hard to keep their focus. You saw that last night with Miami and UCLA. They lost to two inferior teams, in my opinion. Very surprised by both of those scores. A little bit of a surprise game also. Stanford went into Cal and beat the Golden Bears last night. I was a little surprised about that because Cal looks like they're a tournament team. Stanford looks like an NIT team. You can kind of throw your records out with these teams, though. It's such a big rivalry. I was a little surprised Stanford beat them on the road last night. I thought Cal would win that game at home. Stanford did beat them. So that's some of your scores from college basketball last night. Over to your NHL, where the Chicago Blackhawks streak goes on. The Blackhawks continue to roll. They found a new and creative way to win last night. Again, they score late and beat Colorado. They're down 2-1 in this game. They tie it up. They win it late. Give the Chicago Blackhawks all sorts of credit for keeping this streak alive. They're getting every team's best shot night after night after night, and they keep finding ways to keep the streak alive. They're getting every team's best shot every night, and they're still doing it. This streak has to be weighing on them. My goodness, we've gone how long? This streak has gone on forever, and it's still going on, and they still keep grinding out these wins. Tremendous job by Chicago, and it doesn't matter who they put in goal. Whether it's Crawford or Emery, the starter or the backup, they both play well. Their defense is playing well. Really nice job by the Chicago Blackhawks. I give them all sorts of credit for keeping this streak alive. Also last night, Toronto at home beat Ottawa. A lot of fights in this game. These two teams do not like each other. Maple Leafs playing a lot better this year. They win the game last night. Over to your NBA last night. Speaking of streaks, the Miami Heat at home beat Orlando. Not too much of a surprise, right? Miami goes up to 16 wins in a row. This game was very close, though. Orlando had a chance to win. LeBron James bails out Miami in the closing seconds with a layup. Orlando misses a half-court shot at the buzzer, and Miami escapes. Orlando, as bad as they've been, actually had a chance to win this game last night. Would have been a shocker. Miami does pull it out. They've won 16 in a row, and they are on a roll as well. Who's going to lose first, the Miami Heat or the Chicago Blackhawks? Also, some scores last night. Boston went into Indiana and beat the Pacers. Very nice win by the Celtics. They were down in this game, scored a bunch of points late, and pulled out a win over the Pacers. Indiana, a very good home team. Granger looks like he's going to be out at least a week for the Pacers. He's got another injury to his knee. Remember, he missed all sorts of time at the beginning of the season. He's come back now. Looks like he's got another little knee problem. Looks like he'll be out another week. Nice job by the Celtics last night. San Antonio at home beat the Bulls. What else is new with the Spurs? They keep winning. Tony Parker out of the lineup. No big deal. Let's keep winning. Clippers beat Milwaukee and Los Angeles. Cleveland beat Utah in Cleveland. That's a significant game for Utah. Utah is starting to fall apart. They cannot win a road game. I think they're like 10-22 on the road. Awful road team, Utah. They're giving the Lakers every chance in the world to catch them. Also last night, Dallas beat Houston. Houston also fighting for that last spot, so that was a bad loss for Houston. And the Lakers, here we go again. Every day, new drama with the Lakers. Lakers beat New Orleans in New Orleans last night. And you're saying, oh, what's the big deal there? Lakers were down 25 points in this game. They rallied to win. They're down 14 with 7 minutes to go. They outscored New Orleans 20-0 in the last 7 minutes. New Orleans at home didn't have a point in the last 7 minutes. Kobe Bryant was amazing last night. He was on fire. I mean, Dwight Howard played well last night, had a big block late in the game. Meeks had a lot of big threes. He came off the bench and ignited them. Artest had a couple big steals. Nice win by the Lakers, but here's the thing. Why are they down 25 points to New Orleans to begin with? They should never be down 25 points to a bad team like this. The Lakers have done this a bunch of times this year. They did it twice against Charlotte, where they were down big points and came back to win. I think they did it against Detroit as well. I mean, I don't understand the Lakers. You can't figure them out game to game. You can't even figure them out quarter to quarter. They gave up almost 70 points in the first half, and then in the fourth quarter they outscored New Orleans 33-9, and they don't give up a point the last 7 minutes. I can't figure them out. Now, let me say this about New Orleans. I know they're a young team. I don't expect much from them. They played an atrocious last 7 minutes of the game. I mean, give the Lakers credit for rallying, but New Orleans helped them out a lot. They played some of the worst basketball I've ever seen in the last 7 minutes of a ball game. Just atrocious ball by New Orleans. And another thing, it was nice to see the crowd get, in New Orleans full, the arena there in New Orleans. They usually get a light crowd. It was full last night for the Lakers. How many Laker fans were in the building? I mean, this is New Orleans, Louisiana. The building seemed like all Laker fans. What's that all about? New Orleans for football has a great home field advantage. Not for basketball. Not when the Lakers come in. I mean, there were a tremendous amount of Laker fans. When the Lakers took the lead, it looked like the whole crowd was Laker fans. I mean, what's that all about? I mean, the Lakers are one of those teams that has fans all over the place. I didn't expect it to be that one-sided in New Orleans, Louisiana, to have all Laker fans down there. So New Orleans, just a complete meltdown last night. Lakers do get the win. Lakers are a couple games behind Utah for the last playoff spot. I think the Lakers are going to squeak in, and I think they're going to be bounced out right away. All right, over to your NBA State of the Union. We're going to start in the NBA East. We're going to go worst to first. Records, little synopsis. You know the whole deal. All right, number 15, the Charlotte Bobcats in the East. They are 13-48. Here's all you need to know about Charlotte. They were playing Sacramento a few days ago. I forgot what the final score was. They got blown out. At one point in the game, they were down by 43 to Sacramento. Sacramento, who's an awful team, Charlotte was down by 43 to them. Enough said. Number 14, Orlando. They are 17-45, 4-32 in the last 36 games. 4-32. I mean, that's hard to do. They did play well last night. Could have easily beaten Miami. Miami escaped. LeBron James bailed them out late. Orlando, 4-32 in the last 36. Atrocious. Number 13, Washington, 19-40. Playing better with Wall back in the lineup. They do have Beal. They do have a couple nice young players. Still a long way to go for Washington. Number 12, Cleveland. They are 21-40. They beat Utah last night. I have to say this about Cleveland. Their fans are very loyal. Ever since they lost LeBron James, the fans still turn out. They get a huge crowd there. Very, very loyal fans in Cleveland. Give them a lot of credit. By the way, Irving for Cleveland is going to be a fabulous player. Number 11, Detroit. They're 23-40. They miss Andre Drummond. Please, Andre Drummond, get back soon. I mean, Detroit's not good with you, but they're even worse without you. Andre Drummond looks like a nice young player. Please get back soon. Number 10, we have the Philadelphia 76ers. They are 23-37. Andrew Bynum looks like he's going to have more surgery. Looks like he's going to miss the whole year. Boy, Philadelphia rolled the dice on this trade. They trade for Bynum, who had a really good year last year. We know he's had knee problems in the past. He's not going to play one game this year. Not one game. I mean, you talk about bad luck for Doug Collins. You put Bynum on this team, you have a decent team when he's playing, up to his capability. He's not going to play one game this year. And here's another thing. He's a free agent after this year. What do? I mean, Philadelphia made a big trade to get him. I mean, do you let him just walk away and then you have nothing? What kind of contract do you give him? Oh, Philadelphia, all sorts of problems with Bynum. Number 9, Toronto, 24-38. They were 7-5 in February. They have Rudy Gay to build around. I mean, Toronto is not a total dog. They'll battle you, but they still got a long way to go to be a playoff team. They did have a winning month in February. I do like that they have Rudy Gay now. They can build around him. So you got some things happening in Toronto. They're not a total dog. Number 8, and those are your teams that would be out of the playoffs right now. Here's your top 8. Number 8, Milwaukee. They're 30-29. Milwaukee's getting hot. Now, they did lose to the Clippers last night, but before that, they had like 4 straight wins, playing really nice ball. Milwaukee has a good backcourt. They can score. They can do things. They don't play much defense, though. They have like one guy on the whole team that plays defense, but they can score. They do have a good backcourt with Jennings and Ellis. So Milwaukee has been playing better despite the loss to the Clippers last night. Number 7, Boston. They are 33-27. It's funny, Boston still plays hard even when Rondo went down. They're still battling you. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, true professionals. Doc Rivers is a good coach. They beat Indiana last night. They're not willing to throw in the towel. They lose Rondo for the year, and they're still battling. They're going to make the playoffs. Boston gives you a battle. Now, listen, they're not a threat to win the title, in my opinion. They're going to make the playoffs. They'll probably battle some team in the playoffs before bowing out. Boston gives you everything they have. They give you an effort. Number 6, the Chicago Bulls, who are really starting to fall. They are 34-27. Derrick Rose needs to come back. Chicago has done a nice job without Derrick Rose, but they need him back in the worst way. I don't know when he's coming back. They need him now because they're starting to slip a little bit, Chicago. I mean, they were doing a tremendous job without Rose for a long time. You can only count on that for so long. You need Rose back in your lineup. The time is now. Number 5, Atlanta. They are 34-26. They've lost 3 in a row, had a bad West Coast trip. Atlanta's funny. They're up and down. They're up and down. They get on a big winning streak, then they lose a few in a row. Still a decent job. I like Josh Smith. I like Horford. The coach has done a nice job this year considering how many new faces are on Atlanta. They're not a championship team, though, they're Atlanta. They've been in this spot now for years. They're a playoff team. They're kind of the middle of the pack in the East. Not an upper echelon team, not a bad team, but you're kind of stuck in the middle. In the NBA, it's hard to get out of that stuck position sometimes, and Atlanta seems to be in that stuck position. They can't go up or down. They're kind of right in the middle of the Eastern Conference there. All right, number 4, we have Brooklyn. They're 35-26. Brooklyn's another one. They're like Atlanta. They're good, but they're not elite. Williams looks like he's going to be banged up the rest of the year. I like Brooklyn's team, but they're not a championship team. I don't think they could beat Miami. I don't think they could beat the Knicks. I don't think they could beat Indiana. I mean, I don't think they could beat the upper teams in the league. I mean, so Brooklyn is kind of caught in that no man's land. They're good. They're going to make the playoffs. Not an elite team, though. Number 3, Indiana, 38-23. At home, they're great, even though they lost to the Celtics last night at home. On the road, they're not so good, and here's why I bring this up. They're battling with the Knicks for that 2-3 seed. Very important, because in the second round, if the Knicks and the Pacers play, you want to have home court, because Indiana is a much better home team than road team. And if they play the Knicks in the second round, it goes, if it's a long series like we expect it to be, you want Game 7 in your building. Where would you, if you're Indiana, you want to play Game 7 at home in Indiana, or you want to play at Madison Square Garden? Very important to see who gets that 2-3 seed. Knicks, number 2 right now. They're 37-21. Like I said, very important. They finish ahead of Indiana in the race. Last 2 months, the Knicks are 19-17. So they're not playing great ball the last couple of months. They got off to a really hot start this year. kind of been a 500 team for a couple of months. Carmelo Anthony's day-to-day with the knee injury. Knicks overall, though, doing a really solid job. I mean, they're 37-21. Even though they've been kind of mediocre for the last couple of months, still have a really nice record. Very important they finish ahead of Indiana. And number one, Miami, they are 45-14. They've won 16 straights, 9 by double digits. They did struggle with Orlando last night, but they did pull it out. Miami can do no wrong right now. They are on absolute fire. The best team in the league, bar none. Without, unless someone gets hurt, Miami, it's their title to win again this year. LeBron James, it's his time. Over to your NBA West. Let's start with number 15, Sacramento Kings. They're 21-42. All right, Sacramento. Are you staying in Sacramento or are you moving to Seattle? It's time for a decision here. I mean, 1 week they're going to Seattle, then Sacramento's trying to keep them. Then Sacramento thinks they have a good deal. Then they're going to Seattle. Seattle or Sacramento? Where are we headed? Come on now, Sacramento. I mean, you got to give the Kings fans credit. They're still turning out. I mean, considering this is a lame duck franchise, they're probably moving to Seattle. I think they're going to go to Seattle. Still have not made that official yet. Number 14, New Orleans, 21-44. I do like their young core, Davis, Gordon, Rivers. You ever want to see a team melt down? Watch what they did against the Lakers last night, the last 7 minutes. I mean, they played some of the worst basketball in the history of the league the last 7 minutes of that game. They get outscored at home 20-0. I mean, just deplorable the last 7 minutes. They blow a 25-point lead to the Lakers at home last night. Number 13, Phoenix, they're 21-40. They're a bad team. That's all I can say about them. They're just a bad team. Let's move on. Number 12, Minnesota, 21-37. I hear Kevin Love is coming back. Oh, that's nice. Too bad it's too late. Kevin Love has missed most of the season. Minnesota can't win when he's not on the floor. He'll be back, but it's way too late for Minnesota. Number 11, Dallas. They are 27-33. They did beat Houston last night, but Dallas last week had a 25-point lead to Memphis and lost. Dallas is not making the playoffs. I'm not impressed with them at all. They look old. They're growing these beards still. That's not working. I mean, I don't like what I see at all from Dallas. Number 10, Portland. They're 28-32. They are soft. They are a bad road team. They are 8-22 on the road. You need not say any more about Portland. Number 9, the Lakers. They are 31-31. Couple games behind the last playoff spot. Had a huge win against New Orleans last night when they're down 25. If they would have lost that game, they would have been in real trouble making the playoffs. They're still in danger of not making it. I think they're going to squeeze in just because I think these other teams are going to help them out. Utah's in a free fall. Houston's not playing great. Even Golden State is not playing great. Lakers are going to have their opportunities. Plus, their schedule is really soft. So the Lakers will probably eke into the playoffs, and then I think they'll be bounced in the first round. Those are your teams right now out of the playoffs. Here's your top 8. Right now, number 8 is Utah. They are 32-29. They're hanging on by a thread. They are an awful road team. They're 10-22 on the road. They blew a game at Cleveland last night. Utah melting down. Can't win a game. Can't win a game on the road. I don't like what I see from their backcourt at all. I think Utah is going to slip out of this playoff race. Number 7, Houston, 33-29. We know Harden's great. They're not a good road team, though, and they don't play that great defense. They give up a lot of points. They want to run and gun. They're exciting. Don't get me wrong with Harden and Lin, but they don't play a lot of defense. They give up a lot of points. Not a good road team either. Number 6, Golden State, 35-27. They've lost 14 of 19 games, but 16 of the last 22 at home. I think Golden State, because of all the home games, I think they're going to make the playoffs. Number 5, Denver, 40-22, 25-3 at home. The best home record in basketball. They are playing lights out in the altitude at Denver. Denver is a surprise team. They could upset some people in the playoffs. Number 4, Memphis. They are 40-19, 9-1 their last 10. Have not lost 3 in a row on the road all year. Only other team that could say that, the Miami Heat. Since the trade of Rudy Gay, Memphis hasn't missed a beat. They were playing well with him. Since they traded him, they're playing even better. Won 9 of the last 10 games. Memphis rallied last night to beat Portland. The ball is moving more. Remember, Rudy Gay can take a lot of shots, so you get better ball movement without him on the team. I like what I see from Memphis. They kind of remind me, though, of Brooklyn and Atlanta. A good team, not an elite team, trapped in that good but not great position. Number 3, the Clippers. They're 44-19. Very solid team. Paul and Griffin healthy. Here's what I don't like about the Clippers. They're 0-3 against Oklahoma City. They're going to probably have to play them in round 2, and they're not going to have home court. That's not good. Number 2, Oklahoma City, 44-16. I just said they beat the Clippers every time they play them this year. They just beat the Lakers a couple nights ago. The thing about Oklahoma City is, can they beat Miami? Miami's the team that stands in their way. Miami beat them last year in the championship. Miami's beat them a couple times this year. Oklahoma City is not as good without Harden on the team. I would have personally kept Harden this year. I know why they moved him. You know, the whole small market team, they couldn't afford him. They wanted to move him right away. Martin is not as good as Harden. I think Oklahoma City is right there, but a little short. I think Miami's just a little bit better than Oklahoma City. And number 1, San Antonio, they are 48-14. Parker is out 1 month. We know San Antonio is going to continue to roll. That's what they do. Whether it's Duncan, Ginobili, or Parker out of the lineup, they keep winning. Oklahoma City is only a few games behind them for the top spot. It's interesting to see if San Antonio could hold them off. San Antonio, I love their record, but they've had a big record the last couple of years in the regular season, only to be picked off in the playoffs. And Tim Duncan's age still worries me. Now, they're better than last year, San Antonio. I still don't think they can win a title with this team. Not with Duncan's age, but they are playing tremendous ball on Popovich. What a tremendous coach. Gets the most out of his players. All right, so that is your NBA State of the Union. A couple of things to watch out for also over the weekend. Let's go to that right now. You have a little boxing over the weekend. We have Bernard Hopkins, believe it or not, who's still fighting at 50 years of age, fighting Cloud, who's an undefeated fighter. I mean, this is at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, so if you're in the New York area, definitely get out to Brooklyn, check out the fight. I mean, Hopkins at 50 years old. I mean, how much does he have left in the tank? You would expect him to have nothing left at this point. I still give him a chance. I mean, he's shown in the past he can do it. I mean, it's unbelievable. Cloud, I don't think, is great, even though he's undefeated. So it's a very interesting fight. You got Hopkins, who's 50. You got Cloud, who's undefeated and younger. Very interesting fight at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, so we'll keep an eye on that. You also have your World Baseball Classic. That's underway. The United States team starts play tomorrow, Friday. Teixeira out. By the way, Teixeira is going to miss 8 to 10 weeks with this wrist problem. Yankees, all sorts of injuries. A-Rod, Teixeira, Granderson, Jeter, and Rivera coming back from injuries. Yankees, a lot of injuries. So Teixeira out. Hosmer in his replace for Kansas City. Hosmer's the guy who plays for Kansas City. He's going to replace Teixeira. USA starts their play tomorrow. They play Mexico, Italy, and Canada Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They will play those games in Arizona. That's where the Diamondbacks play. Also, some things to watch out for over the weekend. As far as Thursday in your NBA, that's tonight. Oklahoma City at the Knicks. Very nice game. Clippers at Denver. Really nice game as well. Friday, you have Atlanta at Boston, Utah at Chicago, Houston at Golden State. Saturday, Brooklyn at Atlanta, Utah at New York. And Sunday, you have Boston at Oklahoma City, Chicago at the Lakers, and Indiana at Miami. So you have some decent games to watch out for in the NBA. As far as your NHL tonight, Montreal at Carolina, Rangers at the Islanders, big rivalry. St. Louis at Phoenix, Toronto at Boston, Pittsburgh at Philadelphia. We'll see if the Penguins can beat the Flyers. They seem to give up 100 goals every time they play the Flyers. Friday, you have Ottawa at the Rangers, Chicago at Colorado. That's a back-to-back. That's a home-and-home, I should say, between Chicago and Colorado. We'll see if the streak goes on. Saturday, Philadelphia and Boston, Pittsburgh, Toronto, New Jersey, Carolina. Sunday, you have Rangers, Washington, Vancouver, Minnesota, St. Louis, Anaheim, Islanders, Pittsburgh. So you have some stuff in the NHL over the weekend. College basketball tonight, Wisconsin at Michigan State. Very interesting Big Ten game. Friday, not much going on in college basketball. Saturday, Arizona State at Arizona. Big game for Arizona State. It's a big rivalry. Arizona State is on the bubble. Marquette at St. John's. I think St. John's is all but finished. Florida at Kentucky. Kentucky, believe it or not, is on the bubble. Kansas State, Oklahoma State. Very underrated game. Notre Dame, Louisville. Kansas, Baylor on the bubble. Duke, North Carolina, you know about that rivalry. That's a must-watch game. And Syracuse at Georgetown, that's another must-watch game. Big rivalry there. Sunday, Indiana at Michigan, tremendous game. Illinois at Ohio State. Virginia Commonwealth at Temple. And Maryland, who's in deep trouble, they're at Virginia. So you have some stuff to watch over the weekend. As far as new movies that came out, I know the new Twilight is on DVD. I mean, when are we going to end this series? Already, how many of these Twilights are there? I'll definitely check it out because I've seen all the other Twilights. That's new on DVD. I know the new movie coming out tomorrow is that new Wizard of Oz movie. That's like a prequel to the old Wizard of Oz. I mean, they're going to tell you how the wizard, the wizard becomes the wizard or whatever. I mean, very hard to start monkeying around with the Wizard of Oz and have a prequel all these years later. The Wizard of Oz is an all-time classic, and now you start monkeying around with prequels in the year 2013. I have my reservations about that movie. I did catch an older movie, 1971, Dirty Harry. I mean, Clint Eastwood. I mean, is there anyone out there that doesn't like Clint Eastwood? I mean, he had so many tremendous lines in these Dirty Harry movies. Go watch the original Dirty Harry, 1971. His lines are just classic in that movie. Definitely a cult classic, that movie. Definitely check out Dirty Harry. I caught it the other day. I was hysterical with all the one-liners he had in that movie. So Dirty Harry, definitely check it out. You won't regret it. Okay, so that's some of the stuff to watch for over the weekend. I will talk to you guys on Monday. We'll recap everything that went on in the sports world. Next week, I'm going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and a Friday show. We're going to cover, the conference championships. Then the week after, we have our NCAA tournament. So I'm going to do a Friday show, for the next few weeks at least. All right, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe. Enjoy the games over the weekend. I will talk to you soon. I'll talk to you Monday. You guys take care.